I'm trying not to be so hard on myself, but having the dream I had last night made me realize that I am very tough on myself when it comes to this situation. And so here's the story of how I got back into driving DoorDash, or just doing the gig economy period, because I had stopped doing it for a while. And so in 2019, I'm doing full-time Lyft and Uber predominantly. Not really messing with Amazon Flex or anything like that. 2020 comes, COVID hits, and everything shut down. I was driving for a little bit with the mask and stuff, and then I decided, you know what, I can't do this. And they were paying out money for they were paying out money every week, like $600 a week, for all the people who did rideshare, or there was a lot. They were doing it for a lot of people. I can't remember who all was able to get it, but I was able to collect the $600 a week. And so, collecting that money, and in addition to the other unemployment that they was giving you, like the state unemployment, I was really getting like over $1,000, about $1,000 a week, which was replacing my driving income. So I initially was driving, and then I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna do it. It's too much. Like, I hated driving with the masks on and stuff. And that was early COVID too, so I didn't know what was going on. I'm spraying the seats down every single time a person comes in and out of the car. And so I decided I'm gonna stop. Some good money came from that. Along with that, they were giving PPP loans, forgivable PPP loans. I got access to the PPPs. I did some good things in that I was able to pay off all of my credit card debt. All of my back child support was paid off, and so I was in good standings with all of that, and my credit shot up to like 750, roughly 740, somewhere around there, mid sevens, and I was in a really good position. I was able to then get business credit in my business name, and I was able to get like $80,000 in business credit. And so I was really in a great position to get myself further in life financially than I had ever been. Now, the issue stems and really came from when, in that time, I also started to learn about trading, and I was trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with myself. I didn't necessarily want to go back to driving Lyft and Uber full-time and all of that stuff. I hadn't had a job because I've been doing gig work for a few years at that point, so I hadn't had a regular 9-to-5 job since 2017, like early 2017. And so, you know, I'm like trying to figure it out. I got all of this money that I have access to, and that I have saved up, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna give myself a year to learn this trading thing. And so I tried to trade and depend on that for a year while living off of my savings. And I had the money for rent for a year saved up and put away. Like I said, I had all this access to credit, $80,000 in business credit and about $70,000 in like personal credit available to me. It's a lot of money available to me. Now, that's not to say that you should be using that, especially if you're going to use it on liabilities and dumb shit, in which I ended up doing eventually. So year goes by, I go into my savings, and I'm not making any real headway when it comes to trading. I feel like I am, but I'm not really at the same time. What I'm really doing is gambling. I didn't have a strategy. I didn't necessarily know like when to get into trades, when to get out of trades. I really was like going for home runs. Like, I thought that I would be able to make $50,000, $30,000, $20,000. Sorry, I meant to turn these apps off because I'm done driving. Let me turn this off. That actually wasn't a bad ride. I could have took that one. Too late now. But I really thought that I was gonna hit a home run. I was seeing all these other traders make 200,000 on one trade, 50,000, 20,000 on one trade, and all this stuff. So I'm buying these prop firm challenges, and these things cost like $1,000 a piece, $800 a piece, for the $200,000 accounts, which is the ones that I was going for generally. And without a strategy, without really knowing what I was doing, I'm really just kind of learning this thing. I'm going all in on it, in hopes that I can do it full time and start generating an income from it, and so on and so forth. But the reality was, I should have taken it slow. I should have started small and worked my way up as I proved to myself that I had the consistency there. Without the consistency there, then I was just kind of really throwing money away. And that's what I did for that year, is I really just kind of threw money away into prop firms. I was taking money and putting it into a real account, a live account. I put like 20,000 into a live account, blew most of that. And then a lot of money was going to rent. Meanwhile, I don't have any income because I stopped driving for Lyft and Uber, and I'm banking on the fact that I can earn a living from trading. And so all of this is being done as far as like, I have expenses that aren't going nowhere. I got a car note, I got rent, I got child support, I got other expenses. Like I got all these expenses, but I don't have any income. At a certain point, I started going through all of my savings and started using credit cards. And now I'm living off of credit. And again, in my mind, I'm thinking like, oh no, I'm this close, I'm getting closer. We done passed a year, we going into year 2, year 3. And I'm still doing the same thing. And I feel like I'm getting this close. I'm like, I'm right there, Like I'm so close, but I'm so far, is how I feel at the time. The reality was, I wasn't no closer than what I was when I first started. I wasn't psychologically better. I started to somewhat have a system, but I wasn't disciplined in order to actually execute my system the way that I was supposed to. You know, you only can live off of credit for so long before you run out. And it didn't really hit me that I was getting to that point until it was too late. And at that point, I was saying, fuck it, basically. I said, forget it. You know, I'm already here. My credit's already shot. I'm just like using all this credit to live off of. And extremely idiotic, dumb. Like there were so many things that I could have done with the money that I had, the savings I had, the access to credit that I had, as far as like building a business or investing in certain things, especially not with the credit necessarily, but I could have definitely taken that to start a certain business or something. And so my dream last night was all about those dumb choices and decisions that I made, and how down I am on myself for making those choices. And it's kind of stupid because I know I can't go back in time. I can't change what already happened. I can make better decisions moving forward. But just the simple fact that I put myself in this position hurts. Like it really hurts. I'm trying to be as vulnerable as possible here. I've really kind of held this stuff in. I haven't really talked to too many people about it. Outside of maybe my brother, and even then, and my girl, but even with them, like we haven't gone into depths with this stuff. So they don't even know to the extent of how deep in debt I got and stuff. They know it's pretty bad, but they don't know to like the exact dollar amounts. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, and so that's something that I wanted to discuss. Is just like, yeah, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna do dumb things, and we all do. You're gonna make terrible choices, but you can always pull yourself out. You can always get better. You can always improve. You can always learn from your mistakes in hopes that you don't make that mistake again. And so that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's like, I know what I did. I know how I got here. And now it's reverse engineering to get out of it and get in a better position. As long as my income was still what it had always been, I would not have needed to use credit or any of that, because my expenses would have been taken care of by the income that I had coming in from working. So in my mind, I thought like, you know, I give myself a year. I should be able to get this in a year. I should be able to get to the point where I'm consistently profitable and making enough money to take care of my bills and everything within a year. And it didn't happen. And then I just kept it going. At that point, it was like, I just didn't want to work a job anymore. Or excuse me, I didn't want to go back to driving Lyft and Uber. Like I've been doing it for 3 years or however long it had been at that point, and I was over it. I was really kind of over it. They were getting stingy on the pay. The bonuses weren't what they used to be, so on and so forth. And it was just like, I'm over it. But at the end of the day, that led me back to doing it anyways because of the choices that I made. So I'm here. Here I am, back doing Lyft, Uber, DoorDash, Instacart, Amazon Flex, again. And so that's kind of the story. I was in a great position to not have to do this again, at least on a full-time basis. And I'm not doing it full-time now because I got another gig that I do. But I didn't want to put the miles up on my car that I put up on my old car when I was driving full-time. I didn't want to do that. But you got to do what you got to do to make the money. And I know that I can make the money doing this. If you get out here and hustle, you can make the money. Now it's about getting myself out of the debt that I'm in and all of that. I've contemplated filing for bankruptcy, but I don't know if I need to. I don't really think I need to. But yeah, so that's the story. And I'll holler at y'all my next video.